I am so happy to be joined by these lovely ladies who are just so diligent and magnificent in their own right, with their own businesses and organizations, and the partnership that they and the friendship that they give me to be able to sponsor for the fifth year the 2020 Nonprofit Summit. So thank you all for joining.
All righty, thank you. All right, so I'm going to just look at my screen and go in that order. Miss Angela Jefferson.
Hello, I'm Angela Jefferson. I am the founder and director of Everlasting Knowledge Academy. The Kharis Group actually helped me set up Everlasting Knowledge Academy, and so I am grateful to be a part of the Nonprofit Summit for the second year, I believe.
All righty, thank you. Mrs. Rebecca, or Miss Rebecca, I'm sorry, rushing it. Miss Rebecca.
It's all good. Good morning, everyone. I am Rebecca Gregory with RG Coaching Consulting, where we are transcending, transforming, and transacting. I am so honored to be a part of this planning committee for the fifth year. It has been a privilege to work alongside Mrs. Shanquetta Cunningham, watching this come to fruition. And I am a product of this summit, a byproduct, I'll say that, because I'm not a nonprofit, but her business savvy and coaching has definitely helped me propel. And I'm excited about this year's summit.
All righty, and last but not least, Mrs. Megan Brown. I'm sorry, Gregory, not Jones, but Mrs. Megan Brown.
Hi there. My name is Megan Brown. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Hope Found of Northeast Arkansas. Our mission is to end human trafficking by creating awareness, educating communities, and coordinating services for victims and survivors. Shanquetta with Kharis Group also did help me establish my nonprofit, so I'm very thankful for her and the work that she does in the community. And this will be my third year to attend the nonprofit summit, and then the second year to help coordinate the activities of the nonprofit.
All righty. I want to say good morning to Mrs. Clary Scales and everyone else that is watching. If you have any questions or comments, or if you would like to register, we're going to throw that out there every minute we can. Please drop your information and stay tuned for the link. If someone could put the link in the Facebook feed, that'd be great. Mrs. Shanquetta, let's start with what is the theme, the title and theme for this year, and how did you come up with that?
All righty. Look, I was trying to do double duty and put the link in. Um, so the theme for this year is leading in challenging times. And so one of the things that we cannot get away from, and that we all have experienced in whether you are a business leader or a nonprofit leader, it's that we have all had to figure out how to navigate, pivot, and transition through a pandemic. And that's in the professional, economic, social, educational, whatever landscape that is. And so, while I think it's necessary that we continue to foster skills, and so with the summit, you will get grant writing information and how to find grants and networking information. I think it's also important that we add an element to how do we just deal with real life, right? As leaders, that doesn't escape us. And it's hard to, even though people say leave business at the door when you walk home or when you go to work, it's like be business minded. The reality is, and especially I think more so from women leaders, that's just not the case. And so, what the our dynamic speakers will deliver and help us with is how do we build ourselves as leaders, but also how do we do that when we are facing like this a global pandemic, a social crisis, and then how do we bring that to where we are ensuring that we are being the change agents in our community. So it's not just about empowering you with information, it's also the wisdom and tools to learn how to transition through that and to be able to be again those leaders that we actually need at the hem of just so much that's going on right now in our communities.
Okay. And I want to hear from the ladies who, you all work with organizations and you all you serve in a leadership position. And so why is this summit important to you and why should it be important to others? We'll start with Miss Megan.
Um, well, as a director of a nonprofit, it's important to me because, I'm always wanting to learn how to improve the nonprofit. And so the The things that I'm able to learn at the Nonprofit Summit are very valuable to my organization. And then on top of that, I love to be able to connect with local community leaders, and also be able just to maximize our community outreach. So it's a very beneficial event where I'm able to learn just tangible things that I can do to better improve the services that we offer.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Rebecca, I know that you stated you don't have a nonprofit necessarily, but in the different entities that you have, you still are serving a leadership position. So tell us about your experience and why it's important to you. You're on mute, ma'am.
I'm trying to do double duty. Okay, the Nonprofit Summit is definitely a multifaceted conference, whatever you want to call it. It is deemed for leaders that happen to be nonprofit directors and owners. It has, every year attending, I gain something from the seminars and the workshops and the people who are present, the people who register. It's definitely a networking event. It's an opportunity to glean from people who are in your field. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to be motivated, to be refreshed. Yes, it's geared towards nonprofits, but like I said, anyone who is looking to sharpen that leadership tool and make sure that they are leading with purpose and leading with intentionality should definitely attend, because I can honestly say that I have grown and I have been encouraged and shaped by attending this nonprofit summit every year. And so it's not just for nonprofits, it's for anyone who is seeking to engage and network and build that leadership arsenal. So that is why I think anyone should register for this nonprofit summit, and definitely nonprofits who are seeking to build their network and to learn and sharpen and hone in on their craft and their skills.
All right, and Miss Angela.
The conference was just always very eye-opening for me. The key note speaker was they've always been someone who was local, so that I know that things are possible here in our region, as well as all of the topics have always been very well thought out and very impactful to not only starting a nonprofit, but also maintaining it. The breakout sessions, I really enjoyed those because we were able to speak one-on-one with different peers about just the different things that they're doing in the community. And then the nonprofit pitch, I was really excited about that opportunity to, even if you don't, win the prize money, you still have opportunity to hone in on your craft and really tell your why. And that's always good. It's always good to be able to show yourself more in the community and to learn and to grow from people who, especially with being a new nonprofit, being able to learn from the people who have already, kind of walked in the shoes that you're trying to fill.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, Ms. Shanquetta, let's talk about, yes, this is geared towards nonprofit, but also how can others benefit? And then why it's important to continue that personal professional development?
So awesome. Great question. The Nonprofit Summit, again, even though it's geared towards nonprofit and the community leaders, it's not just for directors, but it's for anyone in the philanthropic space. So whether you are a board member, you are a volunteer, or you simply just want to foster leadership, personal development. And I think one of the greatest investments that you can make is always in yourself. And so anytime that you have the opportunity to learn from, and as Angela stated, peers, it's being able to just bring yourself into an environment to where you're able to glean, connect. I think one of the things too, just whomever wants to attend, it's also about building your networks. and
Okay.
what people, you probably may have heard this term, their social capital. It's in, or how we say it, it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And there
Yeah.
are opportunities that sometimes just align just because of a connection. And then you can foster and build upon some skill sets, if you get the project or you get the business, opportunity. And so if you are just wanting to just dive deeper into knowing more about, again, leadership development. And one of the things that I'm really, as we were talking in our group, one of the things that's really just disheartening for me right now is just the state of leadership. Because I do not think that we need more leaders per se. We have enough leaders because honestly, everyone's a leader, whether you are leading 30,000 people or you're leading 30. So everyone is a leader, but it's character in leadership. And so I'm excited to announce that Tony Thomas, the new COO for the city of Jonesboro, he will be our keynote speaker, and he will actually speak on that very topic, character in leadership. I think we are seeing a deficit in morality. We are seeing a deficit in leaders having a code of ethics. And so that it's beneficial and equitable for all. And so again, the 2021 Nonprofit Summit, and as we always do, and as we're always planning, and of course, these great women are so truthful and will say, yes, this is good, yes, this is not. Intentionality is everything with picking the topics for leaders. And so again, it's open. If you are a leader, you are a leader. And so being that you are a leader, then this summit is for you. So register.
Alrighty then. So let's talk about some of the topics. And ladies, you can chime in as you like. Some of the topics that people can expect to hear. Of course, we don't want to give away everything because we want people to register and come in here for themselves. But let's talk about some of the topics that they can expect to hear. So who would like to go?
So we again, character and leadership. We will also have topics on peer-to-peer networking. And again, how do you foster relationships now in a pandemic? When a lot of
Okay.
stuff is virtual. So still, how do you maximize that? Also, about being a transitional leader. So there are plenty of people that may have had to step away from their leadership roles, or they're enhanced, or they've had to move because of this pandemic or economic reasons. So how do you still, navigate during these times in your transition? And we'll also be sharing information about, what all nonprofit leaders want to hear, and that's funding opportunities. So how do you maximize? There's still plenty of COVID relief funding that's going on from not just the SBA, which has opened that up to nonprofit organizations, but also just philanthropic communities and entities that have COVID relief funding. And so we'll cover all of that at the summit, but you have to register at www.consultcaris, because it makes me seem like I have a gap in my teeth with this background, consultcaris.com. I can't get away from it. /nonprofit summit. So register /nonprofit summit. Go on there, you'll find out more information. And then we also will have the $1,000 nonprofit pitch. And I'm excited about that. This will be the second year in a row
Okay.
for that opportunity.
All right. So I want to hear from the other ladies. We got about 5 minutes left in this segment. How does it feel for you going from just an attendee to now being hands-on and, having that excitement of bringing someone else into the summit, and knowing the information is going to be shared with them? So, Miss Rebecca.
Well, to be honest, I started out on the committee, so it was
I'm
kind of
sorry.
a double. No. I'm just trying to capture the whole essence of it. I started out as a committee member, but I think I was more of an attendee. Even when I was supposed to be working, I was engrossed in the workshops. And so that's how captivating the whole summit is. When you are a leader and it's natural in you, when you hear people talking about, say they're speaking your language, you tune in. And so that is, I think, one of the biggest things for me, which is why I try to bring people or tell them about it. Anybody that I know, this is something you need to attend. And it's not something that's common. You don't hear of nonprofit summits. You don't hear, of people always pouring into the nonprofit, building them up. They tell you about grants and different things that might be available, but as far as the leadership, foundational principles that they need, you don't hear that. And so I think it for me, it was something that was rare, and it was a jewel that needed to be shared. So that was definitely part of why I'm rooting for people to come and pulling people to invest in themselves.
All right, Miss Megan.
I was, honored when Chiquetta asked me to be a part of the planning committee. Like I said, earlier, I attended first as an attendee, learned just valuable information, was able to connect with local community leaders. And so I saw the value in this conference. And so now being on the other side of it and planning for it, I'm able to share my experience with others in order to, hopefully recruit them to come and sign up for the event. So it was great to now be on the other side of it.
All right, Miss Angela.
Okay, there we go. Excuse my background. My son is a little angry at me right now. But so I first attended as an attendee at first as well, I believe. Everything's kind of getting all mixed up. I think it's been 3 years. But as an attendee, it was just very eye-opening. Like the information was just that MasterCard commercial, how this is priceless. The information is just priceless. And then I also love the fact that not only did she get nonprofit leaders and business leaders, but one year she actually recruited a car salesman, like the general manager, and just taught us about how to make the sale or the pitch. And it was very eye-opening because he said, people don't really buy the product, they buy you, they buy what you tell them. And that's something, like a lot of the nuggets that I received, I still reflect back on and use today as a planning committee member. Now there's opportunity to influence just a little bit, to say, oh, I don't really know something in this area, maybe other people don't know that as well, and be able to bring that to the summit committee and say, okay, is this something that other people don't know, or do I just need to do more research? So it's great to be able to help other people in that capacity.
All righty. Well, thank you. We're going to take a quick break. I want to say good morning to Victoria Smith and Gwen Henderson, who says, good morning, Kaylee K. Thank you for getting up all the way in Arizona because it's early out there. So thank you for joining us. But we're going to take a quick break, but the conversation will continue a little bit on our Facebook Live feed. Again, we're joined with Mrs. Shanquetta Cunningham, the founder, CEO, everything in between of Kharis Group, and other members of the planning committee for the 2021 nonprofit summit. But we'll be right back after these announcements. But you can hop on Facebook and join the conversation. All right, ladies, we're still live. So I just want to share my perspective. The first year that I attended, it was kind of like I was thrown into it because I was in replacing Leganzi at the time. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go. But once I got there, I was like, wow, okay. I took a whole lot of notes. And one thing that stuck out to me was there was a gentleman doing a presentation on leadership style. And once you know your style, you'll know how to interact with the rest of your team members. I'm like, that's what really stuck out the most to me during that time. And there was a lady that was talking about, some type of fundraising. What is it? Auctions and something else.
Miss
She was
Whitney.
talking about,
Miss Whitney Purdue.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so anyway, and then I went from, okay, now I want to attend on purpose. Yeah. So the next year I attended on purpose, and I really, really, really enjoyed the networking, and so I'm grateful for this opportunity. And nonprofit is in my heart. Like, I started 2002, and I just don't see myself doing much else outside of nonprofit work.
Awesome. Well, I sure thank you. Thank you so much. Did I, please forgive me if I did not, did I message you about today being the half show? I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean, well, we can cut it off. We can stop it here.
No.
So
Well, I know
I
it goes
apologize.
to like 9:30, right? Or 9:35.
Roughly.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
great. Taylor, Taylor's video will be showing today. You know, y'all know my baby made the homecoming court, and I
All
recognized. I
right.
was like,
Well,
you know what? I may did not. I probably didn't message you.
to those of you watching us on Facebook, I apologize. This is an abbreviated show.
That's
So
on me, y'all. I
again,
apologize.
register for the summit. Go ahead and give them that information one more time before we head out.
Okay, so to register for the summit, it's www.consultcaris, that's KHARIS.com / nonprofit summit. And again, if you are in any leadership capacity or want to further enhance your skill set, and also just be a part of community of peers that are committed to growing personal development, professional development, everything. One thing I encourage about the conference is that you shouldn't wait for people to tell you to grow, and shouldn't wait for a job to send you to a conference. Just take that initiative yourself. And so this conference will be a great start. And if you have previously attended, then we welcome you back. And so it's virtual, and we are very aware of the space, the times that we are in, and we do not want to do anything that further impedes the progress to moving from this pandemic, please. And so it will be virtual. And we're just encouraging you all to just look over the website. If you have any questions, you can contact any one of these amazing women, or you can email Kharis Grants. Again, that's KHARIS Grants, GRANTS @gmail.com for any questions that you may have. And we welcome you. And I would like to say before we end, I could not do this by myself. I don't even pretend to do it with these women. Not only do I have a friendship with them, but they respect me also in the capacity as a professional. And so to each one of you, I want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for lending your brilliance, your talents, your creativity, your time to this summit. And I'm just so grateful. And this is why you need a group of women. You need a group in a community that will support you and believe in you more than just patting you on the back, but they will get in the trenches with you. And so thank you for being the most amazing planning committee. I am so appreciative and so grateful for each and every one of you.
Well, thank you for that. And thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning. Again, go to the Kharis Group Facebook page or website, register now, get involved in the $1,000 pitch contest. You won't be
Yes.
disappointed, I promise you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Do it for yourself, your organization, and the community. So.
Yes. Could may I add like 20 seconds of something?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can see, we have on a pinch of red today. And you can see my sorority sister, Miss Rebecca, and I, we have on the same shirt, pink goes red shirt, in honor of our sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and our support in spreading the awareness of the heart disease and stroke, which kills more women, and specifically more African American women, than any other disease. And so all of us are just wearing our red in support of that. And also for us to, just take the initiatives to change in habits or lifestyles that will, not progress of this unfortunate phenomenon, and then also in homage to those that have lost their lives. And so I just wanted to ensure that we recognize that. And thank you, Angela, for
And thank you,
that tip.
ladies. Thank you, everyone. And everyone have a great and blessed day. Thank you for supporting Kaylee K 102.5 FM. All right.